All right, so in this video, I am going to review my final round in my first MA2 tournament, really my first tournament. And it was the Commonwealth Games, the Virginia Commonwealth Games, and I played in the MA2 division. And our final round was the shorts at Independence Park. Independence Park, though, was also stored kind of at the longer pins. So the par was up, I think, 2 than it normally is. Because there's 2. Hole 5 turned into a par 4, and hole 18 turned into a par 4. And maybe even hole 16 turned into a par 4. I think hole 16 might have also turned into a par 4, actually, thinking about it. I mean, we can check that real quick right now. Yeah, hole 16, instead of going to B, which I think is par 3, it goes into a par 4. So yeah, a few extra par 4s, but also that's more attempts for better scoring. So let's zoom out a little bit. So looking at this, we went in with hole 1. The map is all right. It's probably better if I just showed you this. Hole 1 to A pin, 250 feet. And then if we look, we can kind of use these images here to kind of show you what we are looking at. So let's go. So hole 1 here. If you look, this is the B pin. So the A pin was stored up on the right here, up in here. So not too bad of a tee shot. I threw a Raptor on this hole, kind of landed up in this gap over here. Didn't have a putt, so we parred that. We parred that hole. Okay, and so that was hole 1. Hole 2, we had a 547 foot, it looks like, at the A pin target. If we look at that here, you see it's a dog leg left. Instead of going to the short pin, you went to the back pin. Not too bad, but if we look at the hole 2, this is the tee shot here. You kind of throw into the hill, and then you throw uphill. Right here is where the hill kind of stops, and then you keep going uphill into the A and B. I threw my first shot right in here. I threw a drive, slipped down early, punched out with the Raptor, threw up with the Raptor again, up to here. I think this is the only picture of hole 2. I punched out with the Raptor, threw up, I threw into the side. I punched out with the Raptor, threw a Raptor into the trees over here, and then threw an up shot. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Missed for 5, 6. The upshot was bad. I hit a limb, missed, and tapped in for double. Not definitely the worst hole I had, the only double I had for the day, but it was not a good tee shot there. So we're 2 over going into 3. Hole 3 looks pretty straight, but if we look at hole 3 pictures here, let's open a new tab. Yep, hole 3 pictures. So you can see right there, that's the B pin. The A pin is a lot farther. If we look at here, B pin's here, A pin's there. Again, through the Raptor again, kind of landed down on the right here, pitched up and tapped in. Actually, no, I think I missed a birdie putt. It was like a 30 to 25 foot birdie putt. I think it was outside the circle. So all I know is I was outside 33. So kind of jump putt, missed that putt for birdie, which would have helped me on the field, but that's okay. Hole 4 is probably my favorite hole on the course. That is the stream shot hole. So if we look at this right here, all this is in play, right? So the river is just sitting water, played as that. And the basket is up there on the left. I think I threw a passion, I believe, and hit a tree, like turned it over too much, hit a tree, dropped here, threw an upshot with a zone. Very good approach, in my opinion, from back here. But then I missed the putt. So we missed probably like a 15-foot putt. Not my proudest putt. So we bogeyed that hole on hole 4. Hole 5 is kind of a continuation of hole 4 and actually is a par 4. You see B pins here. I think it turns into a 440-foot par 4. And if we look at the pictures here, this is actually perfect because this is a actual map of the course. So now the creek is OB, and then it's also at the A pin. So it's kind of an island pin up here. All this is marked as OB as well, except for this island here. I threw an all right drive right here. Then I threw a zone approach, and it was short. I think it hit some limbs or something. This tree probably landed in the water OB. So I had to drop, and then I threw a chip up, tap in for par. Now, I think that was the only actual stroke that I took. The only actual stroke that I took, an OB stroke that I took this tournament. Long pin as an island. We didn't play. Excuse me. We didn't play long pin as an island here. So I bogeyed hole 5. So then hole 6 was a par 3, 340 feet. If we look at hole 6, so these two pictures we'll look at here to kind of show you what we're looking at. This is the tee shot here, and it kind of S's around. And then this is the basket at the 8 pin. It's an elevated basket. I guess it's cool, unique, not bad, I guess. But what happened was I threw the destroyer this time, tagged this tree and dropped. It actually was the drive. I threw the Page Pierce drive here, landed here, didn't approach, and then threw my next approach. I think it was zone again. I threw it way down here, but then I made this putt into the basket. All right. So that was a good hole for me for saving bogey, I would say. So going into hole 7, another 350-foot wooded technical par 3. This is the tee shot again. It kind of swoops around and sits down there. I don't think. Yeah. Here we go. Oh, let's open this new tab here. And if we look at this, pretty much you go, and then instead of turning to the right, which is short on the rocks, instead of a 285, it turns into a 351 par 3 as well. Very tight shot there. We ended up throwing the destroyer, and I think I was on the rocks like up here. It was honestly my best drive, I think, on the front 9. And then we missed the putt. It was like a 40-foot approach putt. I think I just laid it up, honestly, and then moved on. So hole 8 is actually still a par 3 as well, which a lot of us thought. So this guy's actually, I think, OB from putting from there. I think it doesn't say, but there's blue flags all around here and coming out across here. The tee shot is up, and then the pin is stored on the left here. So you throw up, kind of curve it down. Everyone thought it was par 4, but yeah. So here's where your tee shot would land, and then you have to approach somehow. Everyone thought it was par 4, and it was actually par 3. So we did bogey hole 8. We made a nice putt from the path gap right here. I landed right here in bounds, tapped it in. So hole 9 is another weird one because it takes you out, and then the pin is also extended as well. If we go find hole 9 here, hole 9 set it to the left. It's a big kind of a slight dogleg right. Through the destroyer again on that. No, through the drive again was a little bit on the left. Through an amazing approach to tap in for par with the zone. Was feeling pretty good at this point, but kind of wrote myself out of it after the front 9. The front 9 was +6 going into the front 9, which was crazy. But if we look at hole 10 is a kind of this unique little, it's just a straight tunnel shot really. But it's got this unique little stonage with kind of a drop off. I don't think you can really tell in this picture here either. No. But this stonage, and then there's a drop off yeah, there's a drop off right here on the edge. Again, I believe I threw the T-bird here, clipped this tree, threw another approach up and tapped in for par again on the back nine. So starting off the back nine with a par is not bad. Going into hole 11, this was par 3, 264 feet. So one of the shorter pars here, shorter holes. Just looking at it, this one might be one of the more forgettable holes. Actually, oh, we did birdie this one. This one's a dogleg left. I don't know if you can see the sign here, but the B pin's straight ahead. The A pin is a nice backhand late fade into the basket. Looks like those numbers are off there. But you throw that, where was it? 11? Yeah, 264 foot. I threw the Pathfinder here, actually, a backhand Pathfinder, and then made probably like a 20-foot putt for birdie. So that was really nice to start off with a birdie on the second hole played. Hole 12 is actually one of the better holes. This is the one that's close to the pavilion. This one has some nice shots here, but this right here is the tee shot, this tee shot here. It's like pretty much downhill. I threw a Raptor, I would say probably to where this picture is, right up here. It turned around the corner and landed. So I had an eagle putt, threw up to these trees, and then made the putt from like 20 feet. Not my best approach, but we did make that putt for birdie. So now we're 2 under on the back, trying to really scramble this one back up. Hole 13, these two pictures will kind of show you what we're looking at here. This is the short. It's tucked away up there. I think the one was on the hill. I think my brother threw an amazing shot with the catalyst underneath the basket on this one. But I threw a destroyer. I think I clipped these, not these front trees, but this row of trees in the back here guarding the basket. Drop down there, up and down for par on 13. 13 was a 274. 14, 245. This one's unfortunate because it's a sharp dog leg to the left. So let's look at this one right here. So it's up and then it hooks over, and it's pretty much right here, I would say. I don't see it in the picture here, but you go up and then to the right. So I threw a T-bird, star T-bird off the tee box, clipped this tree like right before it started to turn, so it dropped. And then I tossed up underneath the basket and tapped in for par. So the back nine's already going a lot smoother. So then hole 15, 234 AB. I think it means that it doesn't change. So on 15, so it looks like there's no more pictures. So we lost 15 here. So let's look at it here. Hole 15, I think it's a pretty forgettable hole. Oh, this is the tin can hole that you see. There's a few trees stored right in front of you here. I threw a forehand pyro into the first available tree, threw a tough zone approach, but because of the line, I kind of went up around. And then I made probably like a 30, 25-foot putt to save par. And that putt actually kept me in the round, making that putt. But then hole 16 was a par 4, and I think they have hole 16. Yeah, so they just skipped 15, I guess. Hole 16 is a par 4. Looks like this is the only picture we have. Pretty much from this tee shot, the pin is deep stored back over on the right. The left is the B pin. The A pin was stored back over here. If you see here, B pin there. A pin's a straight ahead shot. Threw a destroyer here. A really good destroyer shot for me. I landed kind of up here with I would say a 50-foot jump putt. I was behind some trees, so I really just laid up and then tapped in for birdie. And now in this event, when we got to hole 17, everyone was backed up on this hole right here. So in this hole, the pin is either stored right here or stored up into the woods here. In this case, you can see here. In this case, it was stored at the A pin. So it was a 330-foot, I believe, 385. No, wait, that was the wrong one. 385 was last hole. 336 foot. Oh, so that's right. 8-pin shot. I threw the, I think I threw the destroyer again, I believe. Threw the destroyer. Hit the trees on the right side here across the river. Tossed up, tapped in for par. At that point, I was down 2 shots from the leader. So we were going into the final hole, hole 18, which is honestly, hole 18 is a 400-foot par 4. Honestly, this hole is great. This is your tee shot here. B pin stored here, A pin stored here. In this picture, we can kind of see, I don't know if we look at hole 18, I don't know how far of a water shot this is here, but I was down 2 shots of the leader for the overall for the tournament. So I decided to go with a time lapse over the water to try to get around this tree's edge and land on this over here to even have a chance at eagle. Probably threw the best drive of my life on this shot and landed up here by the bench right next to the hole. Probably a 360, no, it's probably 380 really, a 380 shot over the water here. Went out, faded. The vision time lapse flipped a little bit, faded back in. I think I had like a 10-foot putt, nerve-wracking putt, because in this case, the dude that was in the lead hit this tree right here. I think he was playing a safe run. Hit this tree, one of these trees, fell down and rolled into the, I think it was this tree actually. It was like a very safe shot. I think it was this tree actually. Hit this tree, fell down, rolled into the water, but got a nice drop up here. So he tossed it onto the basket. But when he hit into the rolled into the water, I still had to go for it because an eagle sent a playoff. Pretty much, I would say, threw the best shot of my life here, up, out, over the water, parked it at the basket. Made the 10-foot putt to send it to a playoff. He threw underneath the basket from the drop zone here. Vision time lapse, amazing disc. Tap that in. So when we went to the playoff, we actually ended up playing hole 1 as the playoff. So he threw the same disc, I believe. What I did is instead I threw a pyro. So I threw a pyro up instead of the Raptor. The Raptor went a little too deep. The pyro went in kind of here and was another 15, 12-foot putt for the win. And I ended up making that. He was down here, so we had to lay up for par. If we look at the round here, Virginia Commonwealth Games, I think I can pull up this round. Yes. So right here was my round for the day. I won't show anyone else here. I guess you already saw them. But we started out +6 on the front. Then we went 5 under on the back with an eagle to send it to a playoff. Finished +1 at Independence for my final round. But very exciting finish for me. And then I ended up taking first in MA2 for my first tournament. So that was great and very exciting. So that was just a little recap of what happened. I want to make a video just to have this video up, me going over everything.